Mumbo Jumbo isn't uploading anymore, so either A, I can wait for him to upload again, and then keep myself busy playing Call of Duty, or B, make my own redstone contraptions, and then make a pretty crappy YouTube video that nobody will ever watch. I choose B. First things first, we gotta go outside for the redstone contraption because there is no chance in a bloody Mary I'm gonna fit this thing inside my room. So, yeah, I'm not gonna build the whole entire house just to spend like 2 seconds on it for a freaking Minecraft video. Okay, so, we're gonna be using this door design. I just broke the block. Okay, we're gonna pretend that never happened. Of course, we're gonna be using the 3x3 door from the Bowtie Man. And this thing is 1 block thick, and it functions so freaking beautifully. For some reason, this thing reminds me of the Maxim machine gun. And of course, we have a T flip-flop design from Misty Cat. And of course, we have a little keycard reading system right over here that I built up. And you might be asking, Ghost, why can't I see anything? Is it invisible? Well, you see, little Jimmy, I didn't build it. So just use your imagination and picture this one there for the sake of the video. We have the door, we have the keycard reader, and we have the T flip-flop. Now we just gotta combine the gosh dang things, and it looks like this. Boom! It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's just mesmerizing. It's just flawless and perfect in every way, shape, and form. It is the Scarlett Johansson of Redstone creations. And if you believe that, you clearly don't play Minecraft. There are many ways to describe it, but I'ma let T Rock tell you what it is.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Thank you, T Rock. With that being said, this thing wasn't the easiest for me to build either. I have lost quite a lot of brain cells. But now let's show you the ins and outs of the door. Quite literally. So basically you walk in, this is the keycard reader, you put your keycard in it, you can see there's like 20 in there already, and then you can press this button, ignore this barrel by the way, you press that button, the door will open, you retrieve your key card, and then you just close the door. It broke. Why? Turns out the door wasn't broken. It was just a little minor glitch that happens every time you log in, and then if you eventually keep opening and closing it, it fixes itself for whatever freaking reason. I mean, well, I am on an older version of Minecraft, so that could just happen. Maybe it's like an unpatched bug for Bedrock, but I kind of wish I figured that out before I spent 2 days melting in my brain trying to figure out how to frickin' fix the problem that was never there. Sorry about that. About me. Okay, enough of me screaming. Let's deep dive into how this thing even freaking functions. But in order to know how this thing works, we gotta know how the door works. But if you don't want to watch the boring explanation, I recommend you skipping over to the timestamp that is on the screen right now. Before we start, I do have to say, you're gonna have to power this redstone dust with a piston and a redstone block. Otherwise, it will not work according to the Bowtie Man. Now we got that out of the way. You might be asking, Ghost, why are you putting a lever on a dropper to activate the whole door? That is a very good question, hypothetical viewer. And past me. So, when you power this block, this observer doesn't detect this block being powered, even though you can literally take a redstone output from said block. It doesn't make any sense. But when you do this, why is that a thing? Come on, my brain.
A few moments later.
Now we got that shtick out of the way. When we power this dropper, which will update this observer, firing this piston pretty much immediately, putting this block right over here and opening the gap for this piston to put this block over here, and all of these pistons will fire, and then after that this piston will fire, closing the door as so. It's beautiful. I explain how this thing works when it closes, And now I'm gonna explain how this thing works when it opens. And boy, let me tell you, this is the part where it shows how well engineered this gosh dang beautiful machine is. So when you deactivate this lever, this piston, these pistons, these pistons, and these pistons, and most importantly, this piston will retract. And here's why. Well, these will get the blocks out of the way, opening the door for you to fit through. This piston is going to be the thing that's making the double piston extender work and making your door look cool, which is the most important part. So as said, all of these pistons are going to retract their blocks, and when this piston retracts this block, this piston is going to be ready to pull this block back into place in the corner. While that's happening, this piston is going to be retracting this redstone block that is going to power this dropper and sending the item that is in it into the dropper beneath it, powering this comparator that is going to power this block, activating this piston, and then it's going to push this piston right up here. And because of this piston extending, this observer just picked up an update, and we will get back to that part in a second. When this piston is over here, it's going to need power to pull this block right the way back down. And when I told you this piston is going to come in handy, it came in handy, because when this retracted, this observer detected an update powering this retriever? I almost said retriever for some reason. I meant repeater. That is going to power this redstone block. That is an iron block. Oh my god. Okay, redo. When this piston retracts, this observer is going to pick up an update, powering this redstone repeater that is going to draw it off of 4 ticks, so buying enough time for this piston to push this piston right up here, powering it to pull down this block right over here. And getting back to these observers, that is going to pick up this update, sending the signal right over to this block, powering this dropper that is going to send the item right back up to this dropper. And because there's no more item in this dropper, this comparator is going to get deactivated, thus deactivating this piston that is going to retract this piston right the way back down. But when this deactivates, it's going to send an update to this observer, which is going to update this observer, which is going to activate this piston, pulling it back down, opening the door, as so, and it is freaking beautiful. Just to get the animations down, this is close, very smooth, and this is the opening. Very nice. So basically we're taking a beautifully designed door and sticking it in a big metal tube that is unnecessarily big, and we're making a YouTube video out of it. I'm not a lazy YouTuber. It's me, Future Ryan, editing the video and realizing the parts where I explain certain stuff is just boring to death. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. But instead, I'm gonna tell you the fact that this is a freaking prototype. And now past me is gonna make up a scenario, point out the flaws on the door, and telling you more of the features we're gonna put on the final version. So let's get back to the video, shall we? So let's just say this. You're running away from something. Let's say, freaking racist Elmo. So what are you gonna do about it? Fight it? No. Michael Reeves made it, okay? It's gonna come with, I don't know, at least like 12 freaking tasers, which is gonna french fry your testicles off. So you run away. You go hide in your basement like a little bitch. Family-friendly episode, ladies and gentlemen. Getting back to the imaginary scenario, you're getting chased by Michael Reeves' most heinous abomination. So you gotta get in your safe room, quick. So you press the button to open the door. One problem. Yeah, there's like a 65-year delay to the opening sequence when you press the button. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 arises when you're behind the door. You were so scared that your poop starts to poop itself. Wait, what? Okay, anyways. You go to the barrel to grab your keycard. Suddenly when you see, uh-oh, there's 2 cards. But that can only mean one thing. Elmo's here, bitch. But you may be asking, how is that possible? I thought you needed a keycard to open the door. Yeah, but here's the thing. Elmo scanned the keycard reader so he knew what card he needed and printed one out of his bottle. Okay, this is kinda getting ridiculous.
Many hours later.
Anyways, the main flaws of the door are, number 1, it takes super long to open. Number 2, I'm not satisfied with the key card system, so I'm adding another layer of protection. And number 3, we gotta put this thing underground because it's just easier to cover up things, plus it's really freaking big. So we just gotta integrate those ideas into this machine, and we have this huge monstrosity. For some reason it looks like a dong. So getting back to the scenario, you're just chilling on your couch, right? When suddenly, this mother lover shows up and it's gonna tase you in the balls now. So you haul your ass to the corner. You gotta throw an item in said corner. Why for this to happen? I will not lie, this is personally really cool for me and I love it and I'm proud of it. And the items you dropped are gonna be right in front of you when you get down. But Elmo is still chasing you, and he's already here, so you press the emergency button, and you start haul-assing to the door. The door opens, but only long enough for you to get in. Now you run over to the control panel, and lock the door, and that's it, you're safe now. To unlock the door, you simply just pull the lever back, and you press the button to open the door. And if you want to close the door, you just run over to the same button, press it, and then the door will close. So this button is used for closing the door when you enter or letting someone in. But the other button is used when you want to exit, so you simply press the button, you just exit, and the door will close up behind you. And we still have the keycard system, so we just have books in here to simulate keycards, and we just press the button, wait for it, and then the door opens. The opening speed when you use the keycard system did not improve by any means, but you just press that button to close the door. And of course this thing had to break again, but we're gonna ignore that because we can't do anything about it. And if you want to grab your keycards, you just come over here and they are in this barrel. But this barrel is for the other miscellaneous stuff that people put in if they don't know what the keycard is. After some time, Elmo just gave up and left, so you just press this button to go back up, enter the elevator immediately by the way, so this can happen. Yes, I got the timing just freaking perfect, so I'm proud of that. And that concludes the video. This took way longer than it should have to record and to build and to just edit and all that stuff. If you watched the whole video, I genuinely thank you for watching till the end. And if you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, hit the sub button. And I will catch you sexy YouTube mother lovers in another video. Ghost out! Baby, if you're watching this, love you. That was cringe.